who has set the ideal relationship. During the process of dating, they may encounter individuals who trigger undesirable programming from the past. However, by remaining aware and observing how they feel, they can prevent themselves from identifying with this programming and thus not dwell in it. As a result, they will notice a transformation in their experience as their mind is purified from the past programming, allowing them to attract individuals who mirror their ideal. As the observer of our thoughts and emotions, we have the power to choose which beliefs we identify with and which we release. By remaining attuned to our inner guidance and trusting in the infinite intelligence and power of the universe, we can live the life we were always meant to live. Recognizing the world around us, we realize that it is a reflection of our inner world. We can orient ourselves towards our inner vision and allow it to guide us on our journey. It's not the thoughts themselves that matter, but the ones we feel deeply about that form our beliefs. The same is true when we relate to others. It's not the beliefs that pop up that matter, but the ones we react to that can perpetuate similar experiences. Therefore, we must recognize the ideal in others, allowing our ideal attributes to flow from our vision, which has already been accepted as a subconscious truth. Once we accept our vision through autosuggestion, we are well on our way to realizing it. We can release unnecessary suffering by bringing awareness to whatever programming appears without identifying with it. By doing this, we can recognize our ideal way of being and attract experiences that reflect it. Remember, the outer world is a reflection of our inner world, so let's focus our attention on our inner vision and allow it to manifest into our reality. Imagine being around someone who says something that triggers an old, limiting belief within you. In that moment, you have a powerful opportunity to observe how you feel without judging yourself. By simply being aware of the feeling, you can release your attachment to that limiting belief. The magic of this process is that not only will you feel more aligned with your true self, but you will also notice that the person in front of you will change and appear differently. Furthermore, you will find that this limiting belief no longer shows up in any other related experiences with others. By changing yourself, you change your relationships. By not reacting to past limiting beliefs, they simply dissolve. All of this is possible by just observing without identifying with these past programming. The only thing that can prevent or allow this to happen is how you relate to them from within. The outer world reflects what we are subconsciously being inside. When we observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, we allow ourselves to be who we truly want to be, which is natural and authentic. By aligning ourselves with our vision and releasing limiting beliefs, we can bring about powerful changes in our lives and the world around us. When we observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, we can detach from our limiting beliefs and allow our vision to unfold effortlessly. By doing this, we acknowledge that we are already our ideal selves, and we don't need to complicate things with convoluted behavior. We can apply this practice to any interaction we have with others. By being aware of the beliefs that limit us, we can consciously choose to release our identification with them and go back to our ideal. Even if persistent beliefs show up, we can have a conversation with ourselves, turn them into a conscious self-suggestion, and change them instantly. As we become more aware of our thoughts and emotions, we can operate from our vision and serve our highest selves. In doing so, we open ourselves up to a world of endless possibilities, free from the constraints of our past beliefs and limitations. Let's consider an example. In the past, if someone made a joke about us that referred to a mistake we made, we would take it personally and lose our flow. But with conscious effort, we can change our response to such situations. By accepting ourselves and our experiences, even those where we were learning and growing, we can laugh with others about our past without feeling ashamed or embarrassed. This encourages everyone around us to accept themselves, and in turn, uplifts the collective vibe. As Joseph Murphy suggests, no one can truly annoy or irritate us unless we allow them to. Our thoughts and emotions are under our control, and we have the power to choose how we react. When faced with a challenging situation, we can observe our thoughts without judgment, and decide to respond in a way that aligns with our vision. We can choose to remain in a state of peace and let go of any negative emotions, and in doing so, we can elevate our vibration and manifest our ideal reality. Our thoughts, emotions, reactions, and actions all take place in our minds. By being mindful of our inner dialogue, we can change the way we perceive ourselves and others, and create more positive and fulfilling experiences. Our emotions are like a river, flowing with great power and direction. However, the direction in which we channel this energy is entirely up to us. We must take care not to suppress our emotions, but rather allow them to flow freely and mindfully. When we consciously direct our energy towards joy and positivity, our attention naturally flows towards our vision. This is a powerful tool that we can utilize to create a more fulfilling life experience. At times, we may find ourselves about to react to a situation before becoming identified with it. It's important to understand that this is the power of our subconscious mind at work. As we observe our emotions and become more aware of what we are subconsciously identifying with, we can transcend our beliefs and begin to live from a place of greater authenticity. While we may have been programmed to live life in a certain way, it's important to be mindful of beliefs that no longer serve us. By bringing awareness to what we are about to react to, we can transform ourselves in remarkable ways. The human mind can be divided into two segments, the conscious and the subconscious. As we operate within these aspects, it is important to be aware of what we have subconsciously identified with, based on our feelings. By observing our thoughts and feelings before identifying with limiting beliefs from the past, we can select a new conscious approach that aligns with our vision for a better future. This process begins by returning to the divine center. This divine center represents the key to a life of abundant strength, felicity, and peace. Instead of operating from the outer disturbances that surround us, we can tap into this center and live from a more peaceful and centered place. By returning to the divine center, we can purify our minds from limiting beliefs that no longer serve us and choose a path that aligns with our vision for an ideal life. This state of mind is achieved when we are free from identifying with thoughts of anger, fear, or judgment. In order to achieve true freedom in our actions, we must learn to detach ourselves from identifying with certain thoughts and beliefs. As the saying goes, it's not the thoughts that show up that matter, it's the identification with the thoughts that orients us in a certain direction. We hold all the power within ourselves to choose what we want to identify with and what we want to let go of. The mind must always be in a state of flowing. Any interruption to this flow can be injurious to the well-being of the mind. By purifying our minds of unnecessary and inharmonious beliefs, we can allow our subconsciously accepted vision, shaped by our self-suggestion, to play out clearly. This way, we can move towards our goals without hesitation or disturbances, and let our actions flow freely. We need to observe how we feel and pay attention to the signals our subconscious sends us through our emotions. When we are about to react to a situation, we must release all identification in our mind, let it be, and observe how the change occurs effortlessly. We can apply this technique in various areas of our lives and see how our world rearranges itself to reflect our vision through observation. Let me share with you an auto-suggestion to further encourage you. Repeat to yourself, "I am my ideal now," and from this observer point, be intuitively aware of what shows up in your relationship with it based on how you feel. Through this awareness, your attention will automatically and effortlessly flow towards all that is ideally oriented from your vision, creating a reality that aligns with your conscious intentions. As we come to the end of this video, I want to leave you with a final thought. You have the power within you to create the life you desire. By observing your thoughts and feelings, and releasing identification with negative beliefs, you can shift your reality to align with your vision effortlessly. I hope this video has inspired and motivated you to take action towards creating the life you truly want. Remember, every small step counts towards your journey to success and fulfillment. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with our content. Share this video with others who may benefit from it. And don't forget to leave a comment sharing your thoughts and experiences with these techniques. Thank you for watching and joining me.
Years old. By the time he was 18, he had become the youngest headlining comedian in the Pacific Northwest. Since then, he's had over 100 appearances on film and television, hosted #1 specials on Comedy Central, as well as ranked #1 on Comedy Central Stand-Up Showdown. Although in 2010, his career path took a drastic turn, Cease came to the realization that he no longer wanted to be a comic, and started going down the path of becoming a transformational speaker. This is the story of Kyle's own transformation.
The constant feeling of when something happens, I'll be happy. I would just always think when I get the next gig, or when I get the next movie, or when I book this part, or when I get to date this person, I'll be happy. And I think one of my first awakenings was the revelation that I was always thinking that, and seeing other people thinking that. A lot of other people were very successful in their head thinking, when do I book the next movie? When do I get the next thing? And I know that a lot of listeners watching this right now have in their head right now something that when they go, when that happens, I'll be happy. When I get that job, when I let go of this relationship, when I get over this addiction, I'll be happy. And I started realizing that as I was getting these things, they were the source of my happiness, so I was actually in fear. I'd be like, well, what if I lose this? And I better get the next thing, and I better keep going. And it just started this constant chasing. And a huge shift in my life was when I left the thinking of when something happens, I'll be happy, and moved towards a new belief, which is when I'm happy, things will happen.